An excerpt from the letters of Lieutenant Samnail Evergrace, aide-de-camp to Commander Azar Born of Draknor, leader of the Constant Legion. Here's how I got this job, sister. It's not a war story. The old aide-de-camp died, just old age. I was in the mix, but I and everyone else in the Legion thought for sure it was going to be this other guy. Arcadian officer. Real sharp, good with a blade, better with words. He loved the Legion. He loved the job. He loved Azar. Thought the commander was the greatest thing since the gods first chose. He acted like he was Azar's right-hand man already. All the way up until Azar gave him command of the Ghost Owls and sent him off. Told him to put his skills to use in the field, and the conversation was finished. Commander picked me, Samnail of the Sharp Rebuke, like I'd been the choice all along. Why? Why me? It took a month to work up the nerve to ask. Azar knew I was gonna, the way Azar knows everything. He said, "That officer loved me. I don't need love. I need loyalty. See, Azar knows why I'm here. Same way he knows why all of us are here. Why I joined the Legion, even though you swore that if I did, you'd never speak to me again. That you'd hate me for the day that I broke my mother's heart, even though I'm risking my neck to support you and her. Even though if I'm not safe, at least you are. I love my family. But what's more important is I'm loyal to my family. I will do what it takes to make sure that my family endures, no matter what. Be it Never Army, Cinder King, or anything else." Azar saw that in me. And I hope one day you'll see it too, if you don't already. And you might hate me. I accept that. But at least tell me that you see me. Okay, first of all, we have a secondary mission to get to.
Oh. Yes.
Who would like to read the mission brief for the other Suleiman Zone mission?
I don't think I've read one in a while.
Yeah.
Which one was it again?
It's the first of the two. I realized now I didn't ask Matthew to read it in Suleiman's voice when we started the other mission. I realized that.
I don't do Suleiman. You do Suleiman.
Everyone
or
can
Gavin
do
Suleiman.
Anyone can pick up Suleiman.
Devin does Suleiman.
I didn't do it. I didn't do a voice. I did like a mannerism for him.
I can believe that Suleiman speaks in like 4 different accents.
Mm-hmm. At the same time.
Yeah.
Depends on what he's imbibing in them.
He probably knows a lot of languages too. I don't know. I think he's just kind of a dude who's always reading books. and some cultures have some shit that like is only in their language.
I've read several encyclopedias.
Oh, right. He was senior card gauge.
Hey, so anyways, well, we're building bombs to lure the Never Army to obstruct their path. This is good, but where do we put the bombs? We can make smart guesses, but no guarantee. This is bad. A mousetrap works best with cheese. I have just the place, nearby town, all abandoned, of course. No people, but good place for cheese. We sent a squad, figure out where best to put the bombs, how best to lure the Never to this place, maybe even save some cheese for ourselves, eh? And as a reward, this will get us a +1 asset. And if and when Mal's long-term project finishes in this location, that's a way of putting it, the benefit increases to 4 extra slots of time instead of just 3. And our penalty for failure is a +1 pressure, -1 use of religious supplies to counteract dangerous mine handling in the forest. What?
Don't worry about it.
They're very dangerous.
It's fine.
To counteract dangerous mine handling. That means we didn't handle them dangerously.
Are we just like praying to a chosen to like guide our path through the minefield?
I think it's like ballast. It's like you're putting it there to counteract the radiation as you're transporting these bombs.
I thought it was more like Suleiman got ahead of himself and started planting mines in front of us.
Overexcited.
Big surprise. Okay.
They'll never see this one coming.
I assigned Aoife and Kayo to lead the Ghost Owls on this mission.
Well, rip to them.
Are all on the mission oathsworn to the Legion? Yes. Does the commander spend 1 intel to give foresight and info?
Yes.
Is everyone on the mission a specialist or soldier? No. Does any legionnaire distrust the leadership or not fear them enough to obey orders on the battlefield?
Who's on the Ghost Owls?
All
rookies.
Nobody named.
Okay. No, you should be good on that account.
Kayo?
Kayo's okay. Lance was the problem. Kayo's okay now.
Great. Are required specialists or equipment not on the mission? No. Did the quartermaster spend horses to equip the mission?
I will.
Yes. Is any legionnaire starting with heavy load? No. And then we get -1 because there's no Arcadian specialist leading the mission?
That is correct.
So we got 2 dice. That's a 6.
Hey.
Oh!
Succeed at the mission. All specialists take level 1 harm. You could choose to lose 2 squad members to promote a rookie to soldier. We do not need that.
You sure?
We'd lose morale. We'd go to the lower morale tier.
Yeah.
I thought we were at 9.
Yeah, if we,
Yeah, but if we lose
7.
2, we'll be at 7, and that's the tier down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And we don't want that. I don't, at least.
We desperately need actions.
Yeah, Aoife and Kayo get 2 XP.
Yay.
Oh, hell yeah.
And 1 harm. Level 1 harm.
Hell yeah.
I've added Kayo's XP.
What do you think this harm is?
This was planting mines. A mine probably doesn't exist if it's doesn't explode if it's only level 1.
It was planting mines, but it was also like figuring out what you could place here in order to lure the Never into this location to like maximize the mine's effectiveness.
True.
Anyone have any ideas about like what that bait might have been?
Man, we really out here doing war crimes, though.
That's fine.
It's fine. Azar lives here and he said it's fine.
And there's no people, apparently.
I have a suggestion.
Please.
Ruin wants to ruin culture.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
So what if we grab various cultural artifacts from the village
Yes.
and
And
sort of
bomb
make
them? And rig them to explode? There's so many war crimes here.
Yeah.
But this is the hobby lobbyist of them.
Oh my God.
I mean, Ruin's going to try to break these things anyways, so.
That's true.
We
Now
might as well
you're
get there
talking.
first.
Yeah.
Taps my head 3 times.
God, that's good. That's so good.
And I
Is
think
that
part
harm
of the
then
harm,
just feel like extremely guilty about that?
Yes. Level 1 harm, guilty. Outstanding. Kayo and Aoife, give me name a cultural artifact that you can condemn to destruction.
Oh boy. Cultural artifact. What
It doesn't have to be Arcadian.
that's true. It would kind of make the most sense being in the Arcadian forest. Part of me just wants to be there's like big fancy estates and stuff around here, or at least like
The Arcadians stole tons of cultural artifacts on their own accord.
oh, that's worse. Okay. Part of me wants there to be like some house we found somewhere in this town that just had like a statue garden.
Yes, absolutely.
We just take those and we just like boop.
Yep.
Here's some statues because those are big. Those are obvious. Here's a thing.
These are probably some beloved ancestors.
Yeah. Speaking of beloved ancestors, I think another artifact is a literal like horn from a dead Arcadian. But I think they have sort of a cultural practice of inscribing the deeds that they accomplished in their life on the horn, like etching it into like in a spiral around it.
Like after someone's died or as they live?
After they've died. Sort of
like
a
Banner Saga.
Sort of like an obituary on an actual piece of their body.
I like that a lot.
That rules. We're going to explode it.
Yep.
Outstanding.
Rip.
Okay.
Rip whoever this Arcadian was. Double rip. Rest in pieces, literally.
No.
Okay. That means there's no penalties for us to worry about there. There's no fallen legionnaires, so we don't need to record any of their names or circumstances. Commander, mark changes to pressure, time, and intel as a result of the missions, both of which were a success.
Okay. So the only change here, I think, is just one more intel, which puts us back up to intel level 3.
I think you're right.
Nice.
Quartermaster, mark changes to supply and assets.
We have one more asset, which is great because we need some things.
And this is from the mission we just did. So this is actually something that like came from that town or something like that.
I'm torn between religious supplies and horses. Religious supplies is kind of fun if it's just like, we won't explode these, please. Because I imagine if the town's empty of people, they probably took all their horses. Or is it just a thing where they're just like, oh, we have too many goddamn horses. I'll just send them off into the woods. And we like found them.
Yeah. Either of those is
We
good.
just found them. I might go horses then. I'm going to go horses.
That's cool.
We found some horses.
I think theoretically we have enough horses to get us to the end of the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Which rules.
Riding them into the sunset.
Amazing. Do Arcadian horses look different in a particular way? Are they special in some?
Can they also have horns?
Yes, 100%.
They're like some weird deer hybrid.
Maybe there's like a myth about how Arcadians and these horses are like siblings or cousins or something.
I dig it.
My first thought upon trying to think of different horses was like really hairy horses, like really long-haired horses, or it wasn't just a mane, it was like kind of all over.
Oh, sure.
Fun.
Like a shaggy dog, but a horse.
Or like that one very hairy type of cow. Very
Oh, it's like a winter
Highland,
horse.
The like Highlands. Ooh, that's good. We got some Arcadian winter horses.
Yeah,
good.
Yeah.
They can still have horns, though.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Now we're basically
Still have
talking
horns,
about buffalo.
Yeah.
But they're like tall,
Good
skinny
news,
buffalo.
Commander. We've got these horses.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that? Yes, they're horses.
Someone has to like comb through all of the hair and be like, see, that's horse. That's a horse.
Well, listen here, Commander. I know horse when I see horse.
This is just a shaggy moose now that they domesticated somehow.
Quote unquote domesticated.
Sure.
You should see the Iliander seahorses. There's just a horse standing at the bottom of the ocean with like a fishbowl over its head.
And he looks at the camera and says, "It's a living."
Yeah.
It's the Flintstones now, or they're just Kelpies.
I didn't know we were doing Family Guy style gags now.
Yeah, we transitioned.
That sounded like the Flintstones to me.
We transitioned from anime to American cartoons.
Oh, good.
Mark changes to morale. I don't know if we have any morale changes.
Nope.
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 We got a 6.
That's right.
We have no morale changes, and that's great.
I was there.
I mean, we don't get a story of the Legion to boost our whatever. I forget what the next one is, but
I mean,
Win some, lose some?
If Kayo desperately wanted that to happen, Kayo could have taken matters into their own hands.
Is it like
killed
we don't need another member of the Legion command?
Like you could just tell a story.
Yeah, I'll probably just tell a story anyways because we're marching to the capital. We've been talking about the God's War. I think they might just want to do a little sermon.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I just looked at the remaining high morale back at camp scene.
Yeah, I already know what it is.
Yeah, please. Yeah, Lord Kiefer, take it away.
So there was some unfinished business last session. A certain young soldier had a certain, bloodlust that was not sated. And I think when we get back to camp, I think Aisling is having a hard time.
Okay.
They were in hunter mode. They wanted to fight the giant thing that was destroying the tower.
Mm-hmm.
Then there was another dragon that popped out, and they were just like raring to go kill something. I think didn't they like stop him?
Yeah,
he was about to like charge.
Several people had to like pull him away.
Yeah. So I think the march back to camp was a little bit rough. His like adrenaline was like overloading. Like he could taste blood in his mouth, their own blood from their shark teeth cutting the insides of their mouth. It was a bad situation, honestly. And it didn't seem to resolve when they were back at camp. They were still kind of tripping out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So I think some of the people got together. Some of the other soldiers were like, hey, we need to do something about Aisling. They need to do some sort of violence or some sort of adrenaline based activity. And they did, bring some grenades on that mission. So I think they go a little bit outside of camp. I'm not sure who would go on this little foray with Aisling, but
like who is it that like thinks, hey, we need to help Aisling out. Let's go blow some stuff up.
Yeah. Out of the people who are on the mission, do you think anybody would be like, yo, we need to do something about this guy? Probably not Softnabane.
Probably not Softnabane.
Probably not.
This could be rookies we haven't seen on screen yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Didn't we name another one of the rookies on that squad?
The
Ivan?
Ivan,
Born of Umber, Behi.
Waloot was there too, but Waloot seemed to be going through their own thing.
I think Waloot would come along to see some stuff get blown up.
Think she would?
Oh yeah, I think
I'm
she's
sure.
in that kind of brain space.
Okay, yeah. It's cathartic.
Just the grinning ravens just going out and exploding some things.
Yeah. Aoife would be totally down for this, but I think she was busy with the mine situation.
Sure.
Just dealing with explosives. Sometimes you're all explosived out.
Yeah, I like the grinning ravens taking point on this.
Yeah. I wonder if it's just like blowing some shit up to like let off some steam, or if they like are blowing something up in particular. I kind of like the idea of them defacing something for fun.
Oh my god.
Yeah, maybe there's... So you know how in Britain rich people would like build ruins just out in the woods on their property?
Mm-hmm.
I did not know this.
Sometimes they would even
Europeans.
like pay for hermits to like live on their estates. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Just have a weird guy living on your ground. Yeah.
What if we had like something like that where it's just like statuary?
Model ruins.
Yeah.
I was going to suggest, what if it's like some old Arcadian asshole who was like a racist that...
I mean, it could be statues of this Arcadian racist.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Yeah,
It could.
maybe somebody commissioned like a ruined statue of Draknor,
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
and this is like the human form of Draknor.
Mm. There was the King Draknor that was an asshole.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
We think it's the same Draknor.
Okay. I thought we meant Draknor, the like actual... Wasn't the dragon Draknor that we just saw?
Yes,
Okay.
I think they are the same, but I'm not sure.
Name.
Brendan's going to be cagey.
Yeah.
This is a human named Draknor that we have attributed to be the tyrant that culminated in the founding of the Senate.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good.
Just
And-
to lay that particular card on the table, I think, is that there is no like conclusive eyewitness proof that those are the same thing, that those are two the same Draknor, but that is a not uncommonly held belief, is what I think is the case is there.
There's some like BC historians who like refer to people by their born of instead of their actual name, and they get conflated together. And like now we just never know
Yeah.
because lots of those documents are missing.
Yeah. I mean, we already know that our accounts of history, despite the best attempts of Lord Keepers, are pretty fucked in this setting.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I like the idea of like Waloot leading Aisling through the forest and being like, "Oh, I think there's a monster over here," like trying to hype them up to like try to kill something, and it's like getting dark, and they see just the silhouette, and
Other rookies like hidden away behind a tree going like, rah, rah.
and
So it's real Scooby-Doo shit.
yeah, in his bloodlust, he like grapples up to this thing, like throws some grenades on its head, blows its head off. And I think after that, he comes to a little bit, is like, what the fuck is going on?
Comes to tearing at a statue with his giant anchor like, where am I?
I think they
Buddy.
the rookies in Waloot like start lashing or start tying lashes to the statue and pulling it. Okay, if you ever want to topple a statue, what you do is you get two teams on either side pulling the rope in concert. So one side pulls until it starts going back the other way, and then the other side pulls to make it go back towards
You just
them.
slowly increase that topple.
And you build the momentum until it topples over.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what they're doing with the headless Draknor statue.
Also, they didn't tell any of their superiors about this.
Oh, of course
No.
not. Absolutely.
No.
No.
Is the marshal like back at camp, like waiting for like a debrief or something like that?
Does everybody have to go for the debrief, or is it only like
Just like-
specialists
yeah,
or
just
whoever
like
like in
Nabane
charge
and-
of that mission?
Yeah, it'd be specialists.
Yeah.
So yeah, we
Just
could
like-
cut to Lark, Nicolaj, and Nabane with the marshal like pen in hand writing down what happened.
Did you bring back these?
These, the Capitol guards?
Yeah, the Capitol
They were with
Guards?
us when we left.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe they're there too.
Oh my god,
Oh,
could they
they'd
have gone out
love-
for the explosion stuff?
Oh yeah, they'd love to pull down a fucking statue, wouldn't they?
Parsifal, live your dreams.
Amazing.
Statue gets toppled. Parsifal just, oh! I love that for him.
Yeah, despite all of this fun, though, I think on the walk back, when he's a little bit more sober, I think Aisling is not feeling well. Like, especially losing control like that. And he thinks about the horn.
Yeah.
How Cavalier Lance was about it. But I don't think he's going to say anything.
Maybe Aisling sees Lance as they're all walking back to camp. And Lance is like doing some sort of fencing drill or something with a rookie.
Lance would fence.
Farzival immediately is like, "Oh, that's a Boona Lance. I've heard of him," and like scurries over to go like introduce himself.
Oh, God.
Commander, note +1 time and +1 pressure.
You got it.
Quartermaster, note -1 food.
Yerp. We should get some more of that.
Do we want to do campaign actions and then save story time for free play?
Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. I at least know what one of the campaign actions is going to be, and that's working on a long-term project.
Say more about this.
Well, you get that for free, right?
Do
You get
So-
we?
It depends on which one Kris means. There's a couple of things
Yeah,
going on here. One
there.
is that Mal will automatically finish the
Mhm.
long-term project in process, which gives
Oh,
us
that's true.
4
Extra
extra
time
boxes
boxes.
for time instead of just 3 because this secondary mission was a success.
Mhm.
So that's huge.
Oh, that's right. Right. I forgot that laborers add a tick. Like if you do long-term projects at all, if there's one that they can help with, they do. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Ooh, that's very good.
The other benefit from the primary mission is that you get a free downtime
Mhm.
action to start a long-term project to do with research or knowledge.
Oh shit. Okay.
Should we start researching some siege weapons?
Ooh. That's not bad. Yeah, maybe something to do with like, hey, how do we deal with what's happening at the Senate? What do we do there? Yeah, I'm not sure. Thoughts? Because this is a lot of project.
Yeah, having like a Neverdex for all of the senators and who they're beholden to would be pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty good also. Wow, that's
Dang.
too wide. What?
Maybe not all the senators. Maybe like the important players who are going to show up on screen or whatever.
We got a dossier.
Is there like a meeting of the Legion's command staff trying to figure out how to put this effort to good use? Does the marshal suggest that?
Yeah. Well, I think that maybe this is something that Azar and Marshall have been like planning.
Sure.
Like we got to know our enemy when we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So I think something like that would be helpful, but I think that there's a reason why we would just have that information on hand and we could just have it be a roll in the moment. I'm not discounting that idea, but we do have 3 more stops and the Senate is one of them. And we're probably going to run into more never than we will into senators is my bet.
That is true.
Well,
Unless
you don't know, Brendan, you don't know what we're going to do at the Senate.
Yeah.
We're going to turn all the never into senators. That's been the plan the whole time.
Christ.
In the Discord, I suggested Neverdex 2, which was only partially a joke. right now, right, the Never Dex basically gives us once per mission, we get a free gather information roll on a new type of Never. But we could try to improve that to say, like, it doesn't have to be just a new type of Never, just any type of Never, even that we've seen so far. And maybe it gives us, some +1 to beating them up or whatever.
Yeah, like ones that we've already encountered or something.
Right.
We could also focus on how to kill a broken too.
If that's a thing people are interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I brought that up because I thought that this project had to be related to the things that we found out at the library. And I was like, well, that seems like the easiest one to actually put into action. But knowing that it's not that now, then yeah, it can be anything. But yeah, if people are interested in like figuring out how to destroy a broken, because we have now not come... Were we face to face?
No.
Not like right face to face with Whisper, but like same room, kind of.
10 feet below Whisper, I think.
Yeah, it was close. It was
Yeah,
close.
I like
It was
that.
close.
I think that fits in thematically with all the stuff we've been talking about with like the God's War and the Kindling Priest and shit.
My only worry is would it ever come up?
Well, that's kind of my question, is like, just as like a
Yeah.
census between the players, who is interested in fighting a broken by the time this campaign is over?
I don't think terribly. No, there's other things that like I would rather deal more with like the other Legion, not necessarily in fighting them, but like
Sure.
yeah. But like it does sound like then we are generally interested in like something that helps us better deal with Never in general, whether that goes all the way up to broken or not. Because like we've come across the giant fuck off thing that was like attacking the library and Lydia. Like we have gone face to face with those and they're terrifying. So yeah, being better able to fight them. Grafted, that's what it was. A giant fuck off grafted.
Mhm.
Being better able to deal with those.
I do think fighting
That sounds good.
I do think fighting a broken at some point would be interesting, just because like they are these larger than life like villains. So like I would like to at least see them on the screen towards the
Sure.
end more.
Yeah, we haven't seen them on screen very much at all.
Yeah,
Right.
like we
Which
talk
is
a lot about
probably
them,
part of
but-
the apprehension.
Yeah.
Narratively, I do think it makes sense to like pay off the broken. I personally am not too interested in like a straight up mission that's just like go assassinate a broken.
No.
It could be more
Because
abstract.
I have
so
a hard time imagining the Legion like issuing that mission at this point.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. It doesn't seem to fit. Like I'd be totally fine. And Devin, feel free to be like, no, you want something more than this. But I would be totally fine with like we need to, we know, similar to the Whisper thing earlier, where like we know that this person's around. Maybe they get to be on screen. Maybe we exchange words with them. But the point isn't to try to kill them. It's to try to like get past them or, survive the encounter.
Or hold them off in pursuit of some other objective or something like that.
We also know that killing them is a huge problem. Not just
Yes, we do.
doing the
Yeah.
act, but like the aftermath.
Yep.
Right. Well, I think doing the act would be a huge problem too. I also just like feel like they're such good villains, and killing them, like getting into the fight even where we like want to kill them, in some way cheapens it for me.
Yeah, like to be clear, like unless you were able to lure one of them into a situation where you were fighting them one-on-one, they're still going to be surrounded by infamous and lieutenants and stuff like that. So
Yeah, we'd have to kill off a bunch of those people. We'd have to do some reason. Like, I think our opportunity for actually killing a broken may have passed at this point. We should have listen. We would have had to have done a lot more groundwork on like what the individual broken can do, who are their lieutenants,
right.
etc. Like a lot of recon specifically about those things. But really, we still don't know a lot about the Never. And like, if we only have 4 locations left, I don't think we're ever going to get the chance to learn enough in order to kill any of the broken.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think definitely including them is part of a confrontation makes absolute sense.
Does that work for you, Devin?
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
So then let's go back to the question of like what to research then.
Yeah. Never Dex 2 being like being better able to like pinpoint the weaknesses of Never that we've already encountered. So that should we encounter them again, it's like, okay, here's a I don't know, an extra die or better effect or something.
I think it could be almost anything, but I think that a improved Never Dex is going to have the most utility.
Sometimes Dex.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just thinking
there are just going to be more Never. Yeah, sorry.
Perhaps.
I'm just trying to think like if we can make a more interesting verb than like the same thing over again.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess Azar would object to us trying to like downtime project get a favor to Sarah Colley.
Not necessarily if somebody pitched him on it.
Or maybe downtime project, how do we be choosing ourselves? Or like, yeah, like
fast tracking another chosen ability, I think would be a worthwhile use of your time. Likewise, like when I think of the things that y'all struggle with, killing Never isn't usually one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Also fair.
I think you could absolutely set this up in such a way to like let you have better control over mission selection or finding your path to Skydagger or something like that, or setting up yourself for better success if and when we ever get to Skydagger, if that is something that like the Legion command staff is already talking about.
Yeah, the things that we struggle with are like engagement rolls for the secondary missions and the supplies or asset. Yeah.
Can we do something that gives people XP?
Ooh.
Like what people?
Like rookies?
Like what if we did a long-term project to add a new downtime action that added some sort of like training.
I think that's one of the
one of Zora's
the moves that Sarah Colley can get.
Shreya has a thing that only does insight XP, I think.
It's probably true.
Which is like the worst one.
I mean, I can always get another point of aim.
Oh, it's not insight, it's resolve.
Resolve, yeah.
Yeah, which is the actual worst one.
Yeah, I have 0 points in any of those skills as Aoife.
And yet here you are.
Yeah, Aoife's our damage dealer. Aoife doesn't need to know how to talk.
Hasn't hurt yet. So
like if we could do a downtime project that would add like a downtime action that's like give every non-specialist 2 XP or something in like playbook XP or something.
Like develop and implement a training regimen.
And it's always playbook XP or something.
I mean, I'm for it. XP is good.
If you think that's too strong,
I think that is fine. I think that'll be a bigger clock than
that's a very large clock.
Doing the resolve or like a stat XP version.
Yeah, because Shreya's is specialists only can Mark III resolve XP.
Yep. I don't think there's going to be a version of this where all rookies get to mark XP in that way. I think you'd have to like pick a squad and they train, and they can't be one of the ones that went on a mission.
Okay,
makes sense.
That's not terrible. That's pretty good.
It could also be something that like adds an XP trigger.
I like that too.
You could absolutely do that.
Everyone gets an XP trigger that's like learn something new about the Never. Or
I think the squad playbook XP would be what I would suggest, because that allows us to
Team
do
building.
passive XP gain as opposed to have them be on screen to get XP.
It's fun team building. We do a workshop.
Yeah. So there's always 2 squads go out. 2 squads have to protect the camp, and then like the one leftover squad gets to do some XP.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Agreed.
And
it's okay if it's a long clock, because as Kris and all of us rediscovered, we can have Mal keep on keeping on with it.
Well, it's if she can help.
Y'all are going to do exactly what you always do, which is start and then immediately complete the long-term project.
You don't know that.
I do.
I get an 8-step. Mal helps out with training weights.
I'm skipping ahead in the recording. I see it right there. There's the squiggles.
Question. Would it be possible, instead of doing this long-term project, to end up with a new downtime action, just make it something that happens automatically during downtime?
This is a big clock.
Yeah.
I feel
Like, at what point does it become multiple clocks?
It'll be fine. We'll finish it.
Yeah. So I think to make it a downtime action is a 10-step clock.
Hell yeah. Let's go.
To make it an automatic thing that happens is a 16-step clock.
Hell yeah.
Christ.
Could we do it? Brendan, can I pitch you on it's a 10-step clock and a 6-step clock, so that we can get the first part of this. It's a downtime action. And then we just have to do the extra 6-step, or you could even turn it into an 8-step clock or whatever at that point for the second part of it. But at least then we get something at the midway point.
There's only so much game left, though.
I think we'll hit it. I think that, so Mal was going to give us a free tick every downtime.
Well, it's like if blacksmithing helps. I mean, I guess blacksmithing to like...
We can make that argument, Kris. Don't worry. I trust our ability to make that argument. So that's free. 2 free ticks. We are going to hit some number of ticks today, which I don't think it can be 2 8-step clocks, but I don't think you can do them simultaneously. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah.
I certainly an 8-step clock will definitely finish before the end.
Yeah, I think we should be able to at least get the downtime action option.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay.
So like the first 8-step clock just gets us to...
Okay, yeah, it would have to be a 10-step and a 6-step. Yes, that is correct.
Also still fine.
Yeah. Okay. So
Cool.
it sounds like we're starting a 10-step clock to... Yep, we might need some more boxes.
Oh no.
To create our rookie training regimen.
Okay, who is on this?
Who is on this?
Part of me wants to say Lance. I think Lance makes sense.
Sure.
It's a very like lead from the front thing.
That was part of the fencing he was doing earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
That's the start of it. Boom. Okay. Delightful.
I'm excited to get Lance's training montage music someday.
Mhm.
It's probably discipline. You got to march in formation.
Discipline is absolutely.
Oh my god, I'm imagining. Oh my god, I'm imagining a bunch of soldiers like lined up as like Lance like walks up and down them, like telling some bullshit story about how he like did some heroic shit that didn't actually happen the way he's saying it did.
Mm-hmm.
With like a,
And then I offered up my hand to the god of...
with like a training manual taken from the Lyceum, like crammed in his back pocket.
He also makes sure to like fix somebody's uniform.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Straighten somebody is like, yeah, jack it out. Dust brushes some dirt off their shoulders.
This is like the role he was born to play, honestly.
This is literally let's make a man out of
This
you.
is his job. He's an officer. Okay, so I rolled 2d6, yeah.
I did the thing where you take three characters who are all the same character, just in different points of time, and that's Lance, Thar, and Azar.
So just a 2d6.
Yep.
Lance training montage, what? That's a 5. That's 2 ticks.
Nice.
Sweet.
Terrific.
And then, so the mine's complete. They're done. They're in the ground.
Mine's
We did
complete. The trap is set. You have 4 additional boxes on your dang time clock.
Mm-hmm.
Phew.
I'm then also imagining a situation where like 2 soldiers are talking behind Lance's back and being like, was this guy serious? Like, what the fuck? And then he sees them chatting and he like makes one of them volunteer for some sort of like dangerous exercise where he has to like shoot something off of his head or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brother.
I mean, it could just be push-ups.
Yeah, shoot
Push-ups.
something off of their head while they're doing push-ups.
Oh my god.
Like my 8th grade gym teacher, if you got time to talk, you got time to do push-ups.
Cool.
Okay, you get 2 free actions because we're still at 9 morale.
We sure do. There's so much power. I would like to do a liberty. A bunch of people got some stress, and it would be nice to have less. Now, I do remember that one of the broken fucks with how much stress we clear.
It's true.
It's Whisper. Okay, so all Liberty downtime actions now restore 1 less stress. And Liberty usually does.
We also have the
We have some
Liberty
Liberty.
drug.
We do! We could turn up!
Which I believe boosts the Liberty action.
Yeah, it boosts it so everybody would clear all their stress less 1. And we would be back up at 10 morale, which rules.
What's the normal Liberty do?
Normal Liberty is you clear 3 stress and increase morale by 2. Boosted Liberty is you clear all your stress and increase morale by 4.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's powerful.
No one has more than 4 stress, so I guess we don't
I
have
think
to
someone
spend.
has 5.
Oh, Kayo
But-
has 5.
Kayo is 5.
But also Kayo has a lot of stress allowance and is good at resisting things, so I'm fine with that.
I think we could wait, unless you really want to use our last bit of the drugs here.
No. Yeah, I'm good with a regular Liberty because everybody will clear 2, except for anybody who only has 1 stress. They'll clear their 1. Yeah. So let's do a Liberty. Where did it go? There it is. And morale increases by 2, so I'll just set it to 10. Is this when Kale gets to tell the story? Is the story one that is like fun?
No, not at all.
Okay, never mind. Never mind, not at all.
Kale's stories are never really fun. I mean, I guess
No.
the first one was fun.
The first one was pretty triumphant.
Yeah. Well, what? So they built the big army and beat the imperialists, but it's been downhill since then.
It's true.
Mhm. Cool. All right, so that's 1 downtime action. For the other, I'm looking at either acquiring assets, but the asset rating here, if I remember correctly, is 0, which sucks, or recruiting. But I imagine that's also difficult because most people have left, if not everyone. Can we recruit the Capitol Guards?
You could try. Yeah.
If we do the recruit action, we'll get some of them for
Yeah.
sure.
If we recruit and boost, we'll get enough soldiers for a soldier squad.
I only have 1. We only have 1 supply, though.
You could also.
I don't know that I would.
There's also a bunch
Really?
of like Arcadian hunters. They're on one of the missions that I don't think we actually invoked, but
Yeah, they were on one of the missions we didn't do
Yeah.
from the last
you could have
chunk.
a
So
bunch.
that's true. There's people.
Yeah, you could have like all Arcadians all the time if you're so inclined. I think they would be a more prime
That's true.
group of folks to
Because
recruit.
they're not already like, I have a uniform.
Yeah,
There's also the caravan.
there. Yeah, that's true. Or I thought the caravan is under the cut is being escorted by the other
By
legion.
the other Legion.
Oh,
Yeah,
did they
didn't we
leave?
Send them with them.
Damn
I
it.
don't believe we agreed. We
Yeah, I
agreed
don't
to
think
give
it's
them the
our-
responsibility.
Mm.
Or sorry, we agreed to give them credit, but I don't think we agreed to let them be the sole people with access to
Sure.
it.
Okay. But we've grabbed from there before, and we haven't grabbed any Arcadians yet. So
We could also
would-
recruit from the other legion.
That's true. You could absolutely do that.
Which I guess means Kayo's sibling could join us.
A beak. I don't know if that's better or worse.
If they're on camera, that doesn't mean they'll die any less likely.
I know. It just means that if they're on camera, then Kayo might have to see him die. That's why I'm like, I don't know if that's better or worse.
I think
Kayo would be able to protect him. Con, what if Kayo can't?
I think recruiting from the other Legion is very good.
We can get what's his face, who was very scared.
We can get Tyre. We can get Tyre.
We could get Tyre.
Tyre can be a bro. Okay, yes. Then I will use the other campaign action to recruit. And just hope we don't need religious supplies very soon.
We've got 1 tick left. We'll be fine.
Are you boosting?
Oh,
To be clear, if you don't, so as normal, you get 5 rookies. If you boost, you get 3 rookies and 2 soldiers.
But we only have the 1 supply. And supply is very hard to come by.
We're about to be in the capital.
Yeah,
the Senate.
Big city.
I suspect.
Can we request a supply mission?
I don't know for sure, but I'm betting that will be available to us.
I'm happy to tell you that at the Senate, all mission types are available.
There you go.
Is everyone else okay with me boosting this?
I have been asking kindly.
This is true. Okay. I will boost. We will boost the recruitment.
Outstanding.
We don't get Dorado, but we get someone else who's cool.
Okay.
So obviously you get Obeek and Tyre.
Yes.
Tyre is the rookiest rookie that there ever was. Is Obeek a soldier?
That would make me so proud. But he could be. I'm just setting him up to die. Okay.
That's all
your voice just then, Kris.
Obeek could be
this
a
is
soldier.
delightful.
So we get 2 soldiers and 3 rookies?
That is correct.
Yeah. Make Obeek a soldier.
Yep.
Destroy my life. Yes.
Great. Dorado will remember that.
What's the vibe here?
Yeah.
Yeah. How does that
How
go?
does Kravannder do this?
Mm-hmm. That's what I'd like to know.
Cripes.
I could almost see Kravannder like doing this accidentally.
Mm-hmm.
Of just falling backwards into like demonstrating how cool this Legion is.
Gosh, I wonder if Kravannder is able to almost unintentionally sell it in the sort of in the same way that it left the islands to join the Kaimorti, because it's just oh my god, they go everywhere. They're so cool. That almost same enthusiasm, just transfers here, and it's just we're gonna go do this and this. We did this, we did that, and it's just anyway, I'm gonna head back to camp now, so I'll see you later. And so people are just oh yeah, you will, and just go with him.
Yeah,
it's oh, what? Okay.
I could see Kravannder having arrived to interface with that crotchety quartermaster counterpart, and just we saw a dragon
just talking to some people
at the Lyceum. That was kind of cool.
Yeah, just saying oh yeah, we got a lot of books, paper, just various materials to go through from this Lyceum, which shame what happened, but you don't want to be, I'm just glad nobody got hurt when, Draknor appeared and people are when fucking who did what? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it just sounds cool. It's gonna make dealing with them difficult, I imagine. Cool. More so.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. OATHSWORN is an actual play podcast created by
Devin Nelson,
Gavin Fregeau,
Kris Allison,
Matthew Guzdial.
And me, Brendan McLeod. All music for the show is created by Devin Nelson. Find it and more at devindecibel.bandcamp.com. Find a link to their music and any of the games that we played in the podcast description. Follow us at OathSworn Pod on Twitter or OathSworn on co-host. Until next time.